I wanted to jump on here today because, in spite of how I sound, I am feeling much, much better. I think I just got a very chilled last week, and if I sneeze, I apologize ahead of time. I do have Kleenex ready. So I think I got really chilled. The night air in Vermont, and I had this problem when I first moved up here over 40 years ago. It's very moist and it can make you very sick very quickly. And I was out in it for quite some time last week at night. So, anyway, with that, I want to share with you I did wear my mask when I went to the thrift shop, and the thrift shop is having what you call a rummage sale. So it's called Second Chance, and it's going to be going on. It started today at 10, and it will be going on for the next 2 weeks. If any of you are in Vermont or around Vermont, oh look, Mushuki and Umi are chirping. They want to say hi. But if any of you are around, stop by up there, but check the hours because the hours are, they're not open like, I don't believe they're open all day long. So with that, thank you for having a cup of coffee with me. Thank you for being with me. I will be dropping the short videos like I've been doing. We'll be doing more and more of those, but we'll be going live too. But we just have so much to be doing. And as you know, I shared this little project with you the other day, and kind of combining the skills of crochet with Boro, Sashiko, and just look how adorable it turned out. So the thrift shop run, let me share because I haven't even seen most of these. So let's see, this is my bag, as you know, that I made. And I'm just going to take the yarn out first. So I got this yarn, which nowadays I think is something like maybe $7.99. It's a nice yarn. It's acrylic, I believe. Yarn Inspirations. Oh, she took the tag off, but I think it was like $3. So it was like half. Now, I had thought maybe there would be some for 50 cents, but I did get fabrics for 50 cents. So, and there were bags of yarn that were all scrap yarns for $1. So if you're in Vermont and you're going around, there were tons of this. So I can see why they're having it for 2 weeks. Okay, rummage sale. So check this out. This I love the color, and it's Lion brand, and it's super soft. So I went specifically looking for yellow, and I almost didn't see yellow, and then I saw this on the bottom, and I dug it out. So I was happy to get that. But the very pretty purple, for spring. I even love these colors straight through. The winter, to be honest with you. Well, you can see my bag here is purple. So, oh, let me take these out because I got these for a couple of dollars. I ended up getting these because I'm going to tell you, I know I don't want to divert too much here, but this is called um, Better Together. That's the name of the brand. It might be one of those fast brands. It's like a snowman. But you know what this is? This is perfect. These are nice sweatpants and they're like brand new and they have pockets. And these are perfect for like what I just went through this past week is when you get, that winter cold. You know what I mean? You want to have something that is not your best clothing, but something comfortable. So these are the fabrics, and then I'm going to go through the little bags, not little, but huge bags of fabrics that I got. If you're just scrolling, we're going through the fabrics that I got and how much they cost at the thrift shop. And I did get these earrings too, and these were 50 cents. And what intrigued me about these is, first of all, these are very old. Can I just say, they're not expensive at all, but they're old. And what I like about these is, let me just show you. As I'm doing my coin bags again, and I had put these, the other coin bags I had put in the bracelets, when I put little things, little trinkets like this on, because look at that. I mean, let's say we didn't put the flower, but we put this. Look how adorable that is, guys. Seriously. 50 cents, and then I got two. You know what I mean? Because it's a pair. So I kind of think like that. Like what can I use these for? So, of course, the bag that I made and brought was not nearly big enough. So I got, oh, she took the prices off, but I know this one was more. But these, each of these were 50 cents. So check this out. Look at the, you know, I don't know if these are, I I can't stress this enough. You get, they're not secondhand, they're like brand new, so many of these materials and supplies. The challenge is, I think the challenge for a lot of artisans is that they don't like the idea of a couple things. First of all, like it's a little wrinkled, okay? Look how pretty that is though. And you can't even see, guys, but it has like a pink. You can't even see that, but there's a beautiful pink floral and delicate, just lovely. So you can see where my eye was going today was for purples and yellows, because look, I didn't even do that on purpose. I just gravitated towards what I love. So guess what? I do another Boro inspired coin bag. I'm going to make a beautiful little flower with that purple to match this purple, to match the coin bag. So I got that. This one, can I just say this one right here is totally vintage. This is absolutely, and I think what I'm going to start doing is saying on when I do a make and sell, if I know this is vintage, I'm going to say vintage fabric, made with vintage fabric, because I don't do that right now, and I think some people really, really, really love that. Now, I want to also tell you something else about the tiny designs. Let me just see. I just want to see who this is by. I'm always moving my magnifying glass. I apologize. This is by Mary Engelbrecht for VIP Fabrics for Cranston. I don't know, are any of you familiar with that? But look, that's a gorgeous vintage. Gorgeous. That I'm going to prioritize. And you know what's unusual about this too? You don't see blue. You notice that you'll see purple and reds and greens and browns and yellows. Blue is a color you don't see a heck of a lot, guys. So blue. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. This, let me see. This might be a newer, I could still be there shopping as it is. I told her, I said, I have to really cut it short today. I had my mask on because it's the first day I'm feeling good and I don't want to overdo, and I had a few other errands I absolutely had to do. So, and you know what? There were so many other crocheters and fabric people, so many. Can I just tell you, this place was crowded. I was just lucky. I was kind of reaching in between people. I didn't want to, but I said first, do you want that green fabric? Do you want that? Are you going to take that flower? Because they were standing right in front of like all the shelves and not kind of, on an angle. So I couldn't really, and you don't want to be rude. You definitely don't want to be rude to your fellow crocheters. So anyway, I was really careful. Look how beautiful that is. It's got to be ironed, but yeah, I don't know if you can see the depth of the purple, but it's gorgeous. These are not 50-cent pieces. You know, in Joann's Fabrics, they were selling block, what were they, 9-inch by 9-inch blocks, and maybe two or three of them, or three, maybe sets of three for like $2.99. But you know, you're getting this for 50 cents. It's gorgeous. Okay, so this one, let's just see how many we got here. I need to sip my coffee. Thank you for being with me. I hope that you're all feeling well. This is one tough winter, guys, because it doesn't just get your health, but it gets the health of your car. Like, I had to have some car work done. I know a number of other people have, and do you know, I know 4 people personally who fell down on the ice this winter. That's almost a half a dozen people. That's a lot of people. Look at this. This is a lot. So this is also vintage. And you know why I know it's vintage? I can feel that it's vintage. Just, oh, look, you kind of got the design a little bit, but it isn't totally on the other side. I don't see any, oh, look at this. You know what this reminds me? I don't know if this goes back to the 70s, but okay, so this is a 70s design. Does it go back to the 70s? I don't know, but I do know that it's gorgeous and I love it. Look, I am just in heaven, in heaven, in heaven right now. Okay, so let me show you this. I got this bag. Oh, she took the price up. This bag was $1, guys. $1. Let's see what we got in here. So was this. Look, that's chock full. That's one of those gallon bags. Let's see what we got in here. This is when I'm totally in my element. I'm like, I don't even care. I'm just so happy right now. It's like this to me, when you, it doesn't have to be crochet or boro sashiko or kawandi, but when you find something you love to do, that's life. Okay? Totally, that's life. So let's check this out because this is gorgeous. Oh, look, yeah, see, the reason I grabbed it, you see all the plaids? So I grabbed it because look how it just falls. You see how the design is just it's almost falling into its own little boro sashiko design. So I got a bunch of plaids. Look at all the plaids that I got. And they're good size. These are like, 3 by 10. Look at this one. And look at the moss green. So I was starting to look for green too, because of the St. Patrick's Day coming up. And look, oh my gosh, these are, okay, so you want, oh, this is gorgeous. So you know what this really, the coin bags, so the coin bags, you can make the coin bags with a very feminine touch. You can make them with a masculine touch. You can make them with a country touch. You can make them with a vintage touch. You can make them whatever. But look, I have all of it right here. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, look. Buffalo plaid. There's tons in here, guys. Tons. Someone cut that off of a PJ. You could tell because it's like a flannel. Look at this one, though. Is that not vintage? Check it out. Can you see how orange that is, guys? Super orange. And this is a rust. These are gorgeous. And the reason I'm kind of flipping over these is because you don't see these every day. I'm not going to walk into a fabric store and be able to afford 20 different types of plaids. And I'm going to count these and let you know in the next video, because I'm going to go over these. I bet you any money there's 20 different types of plaids and colors here. I can bet on it. Look. These are gorgeous. This is a pinstripe. That's old. That's from the 70s. That is actually very old. Now here's some green. So I may take the green out. And I think what I'm going to do is put these in the basin. You know, wash these. Like take all the green out. Look at this red. Yeah, these got to all be washed. No, there's no marks or anything on them. Look at this. It's just they're very old. These are super old. Like, they're not going in a washer machine. I can tell you that. I'm going to wash these in the basin and just let them air dry. These are beautiful cotton. Oh my God. So that whole bag is plaids. And you notice when you get super old fabrics like this, after you wash them, they actually brighten up. These have been sitting in someone's cedar chest, I guarantee you. Um, Maybe it was it was a Vermonter. She probably lived up here like her entire life. Some of these, I bet you, were carried over from her grandmother. I guarantee you. Some of these were carried over, and maybe from even the late 1800s, like this. I'm telling you right now, because this is not a sharp plat. It's not a sharp grid at all. That to me looks like a hand. Look, because you can see how it goes crooked. I bet you some of these are from the late 1800s. And when I say that, like some of them go a little crooked, is because they were hand printing or dyeing. Oh, gorgeous. Okay, so that's a lovely. Now this bag, let's go through this bag. So the yarn, I got the yellow and the purple, but and they're a nice lightweight, but I need to go back and get more. So that will be towards the end of the week, probably. So this is going to work out really beautifully because, as you know, I got the yellow yarn. And then look, I have all this yellow. What does this yellow plaid remind you of? If any of you are old enough to remember, in the 60s, the 70s, they had the little dresses with the little yellow plaid, little sundresses. Look at these colors. Look how much material I have, guys. And again, this is vintage. Totally vintage. This right here, all these greens, look at this. That's vintage. I can tell by the feel of it too. And look at that, like kind of a little country vibe. And here, I was trying to look for florals. And I got this. This is very old. This is super old. And I don't see any names on it. But each of these bags were only $1. And so there's lots of floral in here. Look, she was starting her quilting. Look, she's doing the back to back. Okay, look. Whoever this is, she was starting her quilting. Okay. Look how pretty that is. Oh, there's more. Oh, wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Look at this one. Oh my gosh. Look at this, guys. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Look, these are vintage in there. 17, 18. Look at this right here. That's vintage. 18, 19, 20. 20 blocks by, these look like 8 by 8. Let's see what they are. Let's see what they are. Oh my God, they are 8 by 8. 20 of these. I mean, look how beautiful that is. So what I might do, I'm going to think about this. Somebody was working, look, she was working on these. I don't know what to do with those right now. What do you think, guys? This is another vintage. Look how dark blue. It's very pretty. And here's more flowers. Oh, here's some more green, very light green. Very pretty. And here's the little elephants. Let's see. Designed in USA by Earl Langer. That's what this is. She has this, so she was making this for probably a little relative, maybe her grandkids. More blue, that's lovely. This is super pretty. That's very pretty. So, but you look at the sizes too. These sizes, oh my gosh. I said 20, right? There's even more. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 28. So it's got almost 30 of those there. This is a very soft yellow. I don't know if you can see it. Totally vintage. I'd like to do something special with these vintage pieces. If you have any ideas, let me know. I'm going to do a little research. Yes, I'm making the coin bags, but I'm trying to think of an art piece that speaks specifically to vintage. Maybe something that was made and used way back in the 1950s and 40s. Anyway, I'm thinking like that. These are dragonflies. I think this might be actually a newer piece. And this is older. That's very pretty. And then there's some little pieces here. All vintage. This is oh gosh, these are old. Okay, check that out. You're not going to find that today. You're not. Totally not. Like, this would be a lovely piece to just take the yellow and make maybe a little wall hanging and just do the teeny tiny little visible stitching, maybe even seed stitching, and then have it be a vintage. Like, those are totally vintage fabrics. Have it be a vintage wall hanging. Anyway, with that, I wanted to share with you. I was so excited to get back here, and I've been waiting all month for that sale, and I was so bummed out when I was realized I was actually fighting a cold the other day and thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not going to make it. You know, not, I don't mean in health wise. I mean, I'm not going to make it to the rummage sale. But do you know there were like a dozen? I mean, in Vermont, that's a lot. There were like a dozen of us right at the door at 10. There were probably more because there were more and more coming in. And what I just love is that these yarns, you know, they have the label on. They're like brand new. So anyway, with that, I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day. Thank you for being with me. I will see you in the next one. I am working. So a couple things. We have the whimsical creatures, these little guys, Thursday night And I'm going to make a couple renditions of this little guy, different ways that you can make this little guy and the bunny, and different, just just to inspire the class, but keeping it super simple, and so they can make whimsical creatures. And so that will be this Thursday night. And so if you're around and you want to join us, just give River Arts a call, and they will get you in touch with the director. She will get you signed up. So the thing for this class is I do have the needle felting needles, and we do provide the pads. The pads have to stay at River Arts, and the needle you can keep, the needle felting needle. Okay, so and then we have, so that's a Thursday. Then coming in March, we have just for beginner crochet classes. So if you're a beginner, because we had a few really beginners in a class that was really, you needed some experience, you needed some idea of how to crochet, and they had absolutely none. So we put together a class for that's won't be intimidating for the beginner, so for crochet. So that's in March, and you can make a couple, make a mug rug out of that class. That will be a wonderful feeling. If you don't get to the single crochet stitch, you can make it, seriously, you can make it out of the chain stitch, and I'm going to make some to show you, and I'll share over here too after the class. So, and then we have some other classes next month, so I'll update you on those too. So thank you, but thank you for being with me. I appreciate you. We are up over, like, way over 2,000 now, like 2,068 or something, so that's good. Jump on, subscribe, it's free. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to answer. And I will be back on here with just showing you my stitching on what fabrics I'm choosing, which are probably going to be from these over here, and some of what I have. So with that, you have an app to make some coin bags, Boro Sashiko, more Boro Sashiko items. So with that, you have an absolutely beautiful day. A love and light.